didn't see you there. No, I'm fine. What? No. No. I'm not late. I'm early. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm early. Yeah, I have an interview later this morning. Yeah. No, I'm fine. Just had, trouble getting ready for the day. So, yeah, but I'm here. I'm here. I'm on time. No, I'm on time. See this watch? You see this watch? This watch. This watch? This is my father's watch. Yeah. Yeah, he had this watch all his life. No. This watch it was my dad's watch. It was my dad's watch. It was my grandfather's watch. This watch has been in my family for generations. Yeah. No, you see this watch? It works. It is always on time. It's never done you wrong. I know I'm not exactly put together, right? But it's all good. I'm here. I'm early. I have plenty of time before my interviewee even gets here. Right. Yeah. What? No. I think there's a misunderstanding. I don't think you understand. This watch is on time. It's not. This watch is broken. Huh. I think that maybe my watch might be broken. Yeah. They're already here. They're in my office? My office. They're in my office. Hello. I'm so sorry I'm late. I'm not even really all the way put together here. You see, I'm not exactly up to our standard of dress code, you see, and I'm terribly sorry I'm late. I'm never late. I haven't been late to an interview in, I think, maybe 15 years? I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been late to an interview, and it's really, I'm terribly sorry, but it never happens. It's just, I'm usually much better put together and ready to fully engage in the interview process, and I've got everything set up long before any candidates ever even arrive here in the day. So, here's the thing. Do you see this watch? This watch? Beautiful watch. Ancient watch. I know it looks digital, but it's not. It's old watch. It was my grandfather's watch, and it's never been off time. It's always been ready for whatever that is going on, and it's accurate. Tick, tick, tick. It stays solid to the hour, the minute, the second. And today of all days, it's decided to break. And I don't exactly know why, but it's terribly off time. So I'm just gonna set this to the side here. Don't worry, I won't forget about my watch. It's my watch. I'm not that kind of a absent-minded person to forget about something as important as my grandfather's watch. So, before we get started, I'm kind of a little unprepared, and I do apologize for showing up so late. It wasn't my intention to show up late at all, but since I'm currently here in this state, I do have to get a few things ready. You see, our dress code requires that we wear a tie, and I've left my tie at home, but I, being the forward thinker that I am, I decided to, plan ahead, and I leave some spare ties lying around here, so all I have to do is just tie this tie. And of course, I know how to tie a tie. I've tied a tie every single day of my career. So of course I know how to tie a tie. I can just do this in my sleep. Easy. Nice and easy. That's too many loops. No, I've little. I definitely tied something there. No, I don't need a hand. I know I do this every day. I know what I'm doing. No, I've got it. I'm just, tying the tie. Easy. Just gotta stay focused on what I'm doing here. That's a lot of tie, isn't it? How does that look? Might be good if I fix the collar first. You want to tell me a bit about yourself? I know. I've actually been looking forward to this interview for a long time, and you're one of our strongest candidates. If I can get this tie to look right. Oh no, that's not the tie's fault. That's my fault. Let's try that. No, I've ruined this one. I gotta redo this one. So I've looked at your resume, and I think we have all kinds of jobs that would be perfect for you. So I'm very curious about what you are interested in, especially with the kind of jobs that we have available. So we have so many different jobs that are available right now, and I think looking at your resume, I think you're qualified for almost all of them. I think you could do all of them splendidly. No, I don't need help tying the tie. I know how to tie a tie. I do this all the time. So, what was I saying? Right. Yes, I looked at your resume, and I think you're a strong candidate, qualified for a lot of positions. And but while we have some downtime before we actually get into the interview and stuff, just tell me about yourself. The things that you can't put on your resume, the things that I can't really get to know about you until you're here in person in front of me. Here we go. I think that's a tie. What do you think? Does that look all right? How's that look to you? Nice. Crisp clear. Huh. Maybe not my most professional type, but that should work. Good as gravy. So, well, now that I guess the interview could start, but got a few other things I guess I have to set up here. Does that tie look straight to you? I think it's a little off. Should I retie it? Nah. Let's not do that. So, right. I need my glasses because right now I can't see a thing. So I'm sure that you're aware of what we do here, and especially in gathering candidates and jobs. And where are my glasses? I can't see a thing without my glasses. I can't see a thing with these glasses on. Look at these glasses. They're absolutely filthy. Just stuff all over them. I mean, look at that. That's... How's anyone supposed to read something with glasses these dirty? No, I need my glasses for everything. I can't see a thing without my glasses. You should have seen me on the road today. Oh boy. Absolute menace. Driving hazard. Yeah, no. You should always be prepared before you go out of the door that you have all your things, like glasses. It's amazing how I can barely function in a day without my glasses. Yeah, it's kind of peculiar that I didn't just completely forget about them last week. Just left them here in the office instead of, bringing them with me home. Makes you wonder what I did all weekend that I was able to do without my glasses. Now, why are you so blurry? I think you're more blurry with these glasses on. What's wrong with tie? Tie's not staying straight. I can't see a thing with these glasses on. Why? I think I see you better without my glasses on than with these. Oh. Well, that'll do it. These aren't my glasses. So, these aren't my glasses. Where are my glasses? Oh! I had them on top of my head. The entire time, my glasses were on top of my head. Talk about tip of the tongue. But instead of on the tongue, you're wearing them. The glasses on top of your head. Now look at these glasses. These glasses are even more filthy than the last pair. No wonder I forgot that I had my glasses on. You've got... What is this? Lint? Grease? Oh man. Absolutely filthy. Filthy glasses. Oh man. think it's getting the smudges and dirt and grime off of these things. Absolutely caked on. It's almost like a dog licked them inside out. It's peculiar. Gross. Sorry, what were you saying? You know, about what you do, about what you want to do, what you like to do. Now these glasses are still absolutely caked on, full of dirt and grime. It's amazing. No, you always add the moisture onto it. That way, because if you just try to clean it and wipe it off when it's dry, well, it doesn't do what it's supposed to do when it's dry. So you want to add a little bit of moisture to it. That's really where you get the cleaning solution from, is with the cleaning solution. That solution to your problem of the grime. I know, I keep dropping in. No, I don't need help cleaning my own glasses. My glasses are mine. Except for that other pair that apparently aren't mine. I don't know what exactly is wrong with these glasses. They're not getting clean. That's better. At least now I can see you. I can see me. I can see what's going on here. So, all right. I don't think my shirt's buttoned right. Sorry, I gotta fix my shirt. And, I need to be, typing notes. Yeah. But part of the position is that we type out notes of what's going on in the conversation and interview. That way we have all of the notes typed down and ready for reflection. And when someone else needs to see what a great candidate like you've done, well, we have all of that already ready in the notes. So I need to grab a keyboard to really get this. No, I didn't have it set up already. As I mentioned, I'm usually here early, and today, because of my watch, apparently I'm running behind and a little late. So, I've got my keyboard here, and it now you see this keyboard right here, it's a wireless keyboard, but it doesn't seem to wanna connect to the computer. So it seems like I might have to resync this wireless keyboard to the computer because it doesn't want to register what I'm typing down. So I am supposed to be typing down notes, and I guess we could continue without the keyboard, but well, maybe this would be a helpful thing. How do you get this to sync to the computer? Because right now, I feel like it doesn't seem to want to listen to what the keyboard is sending it. So I have this keyboard here, but it doesn't look like it has any connector or resync ability. So it seems to be syncing down, not syncing up. You know. So I feel like this, might not be the right keyboard for this computer. Yeah. Oh, so you're telling me you're telling me that this keyboard actually is corded. It needs a cord connect straight to the computer, not a wireless keyboard, but a wired keyboard, one that has a cord that connects straight to it. That explains why this keyboard is not working. Now, this keyboard. This is the wireless keyboard. This already has the connector connected to it. And guess what? This keyboard not working either. Got any idea why this keyboard isn't syncing with the computer? No, it's not. I'm sure it's not because it's lively and cute and adorable looking. I'm sure that there's an actual reason for why this keyboard doesn't want to sync with the computer. So, what would your best guess be why it might not work? And how would I want to go about trying to fix this keyboard to get it to sync to the computer so I can type down the notes for this interview? The battery. Well, now that would do it. There is no battery in the keyboard. So how is it supposed to sync and work without a battery? There we go. You see? The light turned on. Light turned off. Light was on just for a minute. And then it turned off. Now, you see, the light's on again. Okay. Now the light's off. What's going on? Now the light's on again. Okay, and staying on. So that means that it is finally synced up to the computer. And as I type things down, it is actually recording them. You see, I got my tie, I've got a suit, I've got my keyboard. I think I've got all the things I need to actually start us off with the interview. Now, I'm sure I had everything ready. Before we get started, did you want a bottle of water? There's a bottle of water here. You want some? I mean, my voice gets so dry and tired out these days. So I gotta drink a lot of water to really keep my voice sounding so calm and mellow and fresh. You know, I don't remember putting this bottle of water here in my office. I'm starting to think that this might not be my water. Yeah, you know, this might be someone else's water bottle. Well, this is my office, but I do share it with a few other people. Yeah, I don't know if they approve of me leaving my ties here. But, you know, it's a forward thinking of me so that in case, by some odd circumstance, I show up late to an interview, I'm ready with a fashionable tie. So, as I'm here, and you sure you don't want any water? You know, it's good stuff. Keeps you refreshed and calm. The last thing you want to be in an interview is nervous and jittery. You want to keep your motions nice and smooth and, well, balanced. Now the light's off again. Now it's on. So, right, the interview. Now, I'm pretty sure we had your resume around here somewhere. Yeah. Now this, one of these is your resume. I'm positive of that. Now, when you look at your resume, I think it's this one. Yeah, this looks like you, right? Yeah, absolutely. All right, now what do we have here? Right, yes, I was saying that I was really looking forward to this interview. You're one of our best candidates. Why are there so many pages to your resume? Yeah, no, I've got my own special filing system and put a lot of sticky notes with our special things about your resume that stood out to me so that I would be well prepared for this interview. Yeah, I know. I was really excited for this one. This is possibly the interview that I was most excited about. Really ready to dig into how this interview would sound and feel. No, I'm very excited to talk about your resume. It's very extensive and interesting because, you see, it says here you studied archaeology in the University of Chicago, then transferred to France to finish your undergraduate degree in linguistics. Then you got your graduate degree from the Sorbonne and started teaching in archaeology in London. That's quite fascinating. In fact, I haven't seen a resume like that in so long. Usually you get your standard working at a fast food or retail, and you do that for a few years, building up your work experience and your work ethics. And then you go out and grab your first real grown-up job, and that starts to really set you on your career path. But then you know, after teaching archaeology in London. Then you started later on teaching at Marshall College in Connecticut. Connecticut? Connecticut. And now I have to inform you, we don't deal with a lot of the educational system. A lot of the jobs that we see and are available to us are quite more mechanical or trade related. A lot of business acumen things such as accounting, marketing, finance, but not exactly a teaching position. So we rarely are trying to place teachers, especially a teacher of such caliber with history of going out on archaeological exhibitions and finding rare antiquities. We usually deal with more mundane placement of trade skill type positions or technical skill positions. However, we do have a graveyard shift, graveyard security position. So graveyard shift in a graveyard. And that does involve preventing people from digging, which I guess is the absolute opposite of everything you have trained for as a archaeologist. And that might be the closest I have fit for this kind of a resume of such extensive detail and work experience. Excuse me. Sorry, what was that? This resume. This resume that I have in front of me is not this isn't you. That's what you're trying to tell me. I have the wrong resume. So this this resume. Wow, that's not a resume at all. So it's this resume. For sure you don't want any water. So this resume that I have here, it's not your resume. Is this your resume? Is this your resume? Is this your resume? What's your name again? Yeah. Who are you? And what's your name? While I'm trying to find your resume. Now, I have a very special filing system, and that's supposed to work well with this, but apparently it's not working today, because I don't know if I actually have your... Is this a resume? Now, is this your resume? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go with this one. At least for the purposes of... I need to put that before it falls over. At least for the purposes of today, this will be your resume. It's the closest thing I have that really fits your credentials, right? And it's got your first name, so that's something. All right. Now, you see, this is a resume. Something like that. Now, this is a resume that I can really work with. We can actually I think, fill this kind of a resume position. Yeah, no, it's more like it. See, it's kind of what I was talking about, that sort of starting off with customer service and then going into a account graduate, but not a certified CPR yet. So yeah, no, this is going to be much better. So, tell me about your time working in a bowling alley. Yeah, but what was it like working in the bowling alley with the bowling pins? So, did you have to ever fix the machine that puts the pins up and drops them down? So, while you were working in the bowling alley, you then started to think about where you wanted to go and pursue as a career. So, what drew you into accounting? Right. So you have a band. What do you play? You play bass. Upright or down wrong? Then, what is it called? Now, wow. Well, that's very impressive. But what kind of music do you play? So, you go from genre to genre with different kinds of music. But what kind of music do you gravitate to? Between your blues and your punk rock and your Broadway and your DJ remix hip hop jazz. How do you blend all of that together? So why go into accounting when you have such a great skill in music? Your band. Why not pursue your band for how you want to live your life on the road, free, playing music with your friends, your buddies, your fellows? Why not just go out, open road, into the great wide open, and really embrace that feeling of how you feel, that feeling of playing music, making music, making a story out of music. What about using your musical acumen to really embrace that feeling of what you're after? Really moving people to love music. You know, the way that you do. Sharing that harmony with others. Now, isn't that kind of something that you want to do? want to leave the band behind? Do you want to carry them with you in your pursuit of a career? Now, I understand. Money isn't everything. I know you need a job and a way of providing for yourself, of living, because I understand living with 5 other guys in the van. It's not much of a life. But the open road, going from town to town, city to city, playing music. Now, isn't that kind of something that you would really want to embrace? Really continue to pursue? Especially in how you feel when you get to jam and play. Wouldn't that be something? And your love of music is the music. It's probably what gravitated you to your love of numbers anyway, because numbers and music have a lot of similarities. There's music in numbers, and accounting, of balancing everything in balance. Now, isn't that something that you would want to pursue more of as you get further along? I see, so you really are more of a financial crunch at this time, and as you've spent a lot and have your college student loans, you're trying to really get more capital to form up a foundational base to put your music on as you play bass. So what is your hiring timeline? Like, how soon do you want or need a job? How soon are you thinking of planning to start a new position? So what is the earliest start date for a new position that you could start working? Like, could you start working tomorrow or next week or in a month? What's the earliest that you could start a brand new job position? So what does your ideal job look like? Now, here at Advanced Staffing, Mentoring, Recruiting Agency, we really specialize in getting people to fit the right role that they're looking for. And honestly, we have an accounting opening here at Advanced Staffing, Mentoring, Recruiting Agency. And at Advanced Staffing, Mentoring, Recruiting Agency, we have this opening of an accounting position that, if you're interested in, I think I could set you up for an interview with our own hiring industry. Now, I mean, I do the interviews to set you up for a job of one of the jobs that we have open, but we have an internal job opening that we haven't filled yet for an accounting position. So what I'm saying is that you could have possibly an opening to a job that isn't even publicly available yet. Because I like you, and we need more music in the office. And I think you playing bass really adds a lot to who you are. And that might be just what we're looking for here, in this position of accounting here at Advanced Staffing, Mentoring, Recruiting Agency. So how would you feel about working here in the Office of Advanced Staffing, Mentoring, and Recruiting Agency? Not Advanced Staffing, Mentoring, Recruiting Company. We have run into problems of being associated with that unruly, irreputable company. It's a scam company. It's not official. It's not bona fide. It's not really here with what we do of trying to help people. I really want to help you find a job that I think you will fit perfectly. So, here I am, providing you the opportunity for another interview with our hiring manager. So, how would you feel about working here in a recruitment office, but in the accounting department? The accounting department would just be you and our controller. No, they're not controlling at all. That's just their job title is as a controller. Well, allow me to ask a few more questions. What are you really looking for in the job that you do? What makes it meaningful and provides purpose to what you do? Well, to elaborate, continue on with how this is sounding, what do you feel is missing at your current company or role that this position can provide to you? What will you miss the most about your last job? Well, what is your ideal working environment? What type of work environment do you prefer? Well, what do you not like to do? Whoa! Hey, that is something I don't think anyone would want to do. But allow me to sort of go a little bit deeper into what I'm talking about is, what about your previous work position was frustrating or annoying? Something that really got under your skin, made you feel, that it got under your skin like a splinter. So, what is a deal breaker in a job position? Right. Well, then what are your career goals as you continue on? What are your career aspirations? Where do you see yourself after working for 15 years? Where do you want to be? And where do you see yourself after so long, to really make sure that you have a good grasp of what you want to do with your life and how you want to feel in a job position? So, how do you plan to achieve those career goals that you have once you have them? And how can we help you achieve those career goals? Would you like me to repeat the question and maybe possibly simplify it, break it down, so that we can really feel like we're on the same page together about this job and your career path, where you see yourself in 5 years, 4 years? How will you see yourself right now? Visualizing it, imagining you in the accounting position at your desk, typing away weird little numbers, and how that would feel, how it would make you grow and change as a person within that position, how it would make you think about life and death and where you want to be after only a short amount of time here in this position. Because life is so short and precious. And really, how it would mean to you here, now, within that career grasp of how you think you should be behaving. Have I lost you? Am I just completely off the rails? What was I asking? Right. You see, that's a great question. I should be asking that kind of a question. So what is your answer to that? Great rephrasing and summary of my question. You're absolutely right. You can't forget. You can't forget. You can't forget your debt. So that is a great question. What are your salary and compensation expectations? So what benefits beyond salary are more important to you? But do you have any problems working regular hours, odd hours, overtime? So what are your opinions on remote or hybrid work? So, what are your long-term goals, both professional and personal, that you have set for yourself? With your goals, how do you continue to play music in your band while you continue to pursue and cut out that debt that's lingering over your head like the sword of Damocles that it is? So, with your job history and your working elements, what would you say is your best skills or strengths, and you can't say setting down a funky groove on a bass. Let's be more strictly a number accounting professional. So, are you then comfortable with travel? Now, that can't be true. If you want to be in a band, you gotta be ready to go on the road. Where the road takes you. See, with a band, the music, well, you need to have that feeling of being able to drop everything and take the music with you on the road, city to city. Well, that's the way that you can continue to pursue your passion of playing in a band, playing bass, making that music, laying down that groove. Well, now, how are you supposed to continue on doing that if you're not comfortable with travel? Going from city to city, sleeping in the van. That's the life. That's the dream, right? Is that your dream? That's not your dream. Maybe that's my dream. So, if you're not comfortable with travel, what are you most comfortable doing and spending your time at, day in and day out? Now that's the mindset of a good accountant. So, all interviews are different and unique and special. And so, with an interview, especially one that really grabs hold of you and makes you feel important, seen, one that makes you feel like you did well. With an interviewer, what part of an interview do you enjoy the most? With an interview, you really want to make sure that you get the full sound and grasp and range of job elements, that you get to really showcase who you are, not just what's on your resume, but really reveal and pour your soul out. So, what part of that interview do you really feel gets to show the real you, gets to really sing and shine, to really demonstrate your full capabilities of what people can expect of you in a job position? So what kind of interview or interview questions do you feel most comfortable with? But what about an interview? Do you feel unprepared for? Would you say it's unexpected? You would want help with in the future? Well, in our positions of advanced staffing, mentoring, recruiting agency, we like to specialize in helping you not just in one interview, not just in 2 interviews, but in every interview that you do in the future. We want to be there, in your mind, helping you, giving you the tools, trade secrets for successfully being able to interview. And that's really what we want. To really capitalize and capture perfectly is making sure that you feel great in an interview. Not just this interview, but every interview that you do in the future. You want to be the best. And to be the best recruiting company, we want to make sure you not only get the job, but you keep the job. The people who you are working for, they refer us to other people because of how great you're doing in the job that we helped place. That's how we work. Word of mouth. Professionalism. That's how we make the difference. That's how we make the big money, the big bucks. That's the difference of what we can provide. Most job recruiting companies can't. So, what is the worst interview question that you've ever been asked? All right. I don't have any help with that kind of a question because that question really, the answer comes from you. I can't really make up the answer for that, but I can tell you to make sure you thought about it. Have an answer ready in your back pocket. And that answer, make sure that it not only showcases what you do, but that showcases who you are. Because that's what people want. They want a person. They don't want a robot or a static, boring person. They want someone dynamic. Someone exhilarating. Someone that really showcases excitement and energy in what they're doing that you just don't see anymore in people's eyes when they're at work, just going through the motions just to get paid and pay off their student debt. You know what they want to see, they want to feel. Make them feel like you're playing the bass, but with numbers. You know? All right. Well, I'm going to set up and schedule an interview with our HR department and see if we can get you here into our accounting program. The accounting department, the accounting people, and doing that. I think that's here. I think here's where you belong. I think this is going to be a great partnership. And you get to see and hear and feel other jobs as they come in. Because in our accounting department, if there's a better place, better fit for you, we're probably going to be the first people that would get to know that. So if you need to, in a couple of years, make a lateral change to a different department, different position, different accounting firm, well, guess what? We will have our ear to the grindstone and be able to provide you with that opportunity for other people. Yeah, it's a little hidden benefit. And we don't publicly advertise that, but working here, you get access to all sorts of other incoming jobs. And believe me, we have some flexibility with scheduling interviews. So, I believe working here would be a great fit for you. What do you think? All right then. Well, then I'm gonna get that set up for you. And what's the time? The watch was broken, so I'm terribly sorry. Even with my watch being broken, it's telling me that it's I'm late. Do you have the time? Yeah, I'm terribly late. I've got to be in a meeting across town, so I've got to go. But I will make sure to set up that interview for you later. So you just sit tight and I'll have that interview set up and you will get an email for that later on today. But I gotta run across town. Well, literally run. My car broke. Yeah, it broke down. Car broke down completely. Yeah, mechanic can't even figure out what's wrong with it. So I'm gonna run. Bye.